And a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, that's sick, dude. I'm excited for this era of Riley.
Hello and welcome
To
Motorcycle Talk.
Motorcycle Talk with returning podcast
She's
member.
back.
I am
She's
Riley.
back from lands afar.
I am back. Hello.
Oh, shoot. That one. I meant that one.
There it is. No, just kidding. This is Dookie Spookies. We tricked you. The podcast where we
Go listen
watch
to NPR.
bad scary movies and rank them in an ever-growing list to find the worst horror movie of all time. I'm Pierce.
I'm Chris.
I am Riley.
She's back.
I am.
I'm Jack.
There are, of course, time codes in the description below if you want to jump around or skip any sections. That being said, non-spoilers. Let's get into
Hold
it.
on.
Oh.
Before we jump in, I want to ask Riley, what did you think of last week's movie? This is the your chance to air your grievances on The Lamb.
The Lamb.
Yeah.
I remember not hating that movie either.
Okay.
It was weird. Maybe I did
weird.
hate it because I remember.
It was weird.
maybe I did hate it because I remember thinking like nothing fucking happened.
Oh, sure.
Like I was like
But
invested.
that's where you're so wrong.
Not
So much
really.
happened.
I mean, kinda.
Well, let me
She
rapid
had,
fire
like,
some questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Lamb
Okay.
Man
Yeah, you
makes
just gotta-
man ram.
Okay. One. Did Peter?
Piotr.
Oh, did Piotr already hook up with the other guy's
Absolutely.
wife? Okay.
100%.
Yep.
Did you enjoy listening to the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll hear semi shit talking.
No, that didn't happen.
Ram Man. Would we? Wouldn't we?
Would you? Would.
I said we because I think it'd take 4 of us.
Would. To do him?
Yeah, dude. He's a dominant figure.
Would.
And he's intelligent.
I don't.
He did seem smart. He shot that gun. at
When
that
you
guy.
saw the Ram Man come on, did you go, holy shit? Because I lost.
In
I was
no
like, ah!
fucking way was I like.
You weren't scared at all of the Ram Man? I was
Oh,
terrified of the
scared?
Ram Man. Yeah. Whoa!
Dude, she wasn't scared. She was into him.
In no way was I scared. Let me tell you.
In fact, aroused
opposite.
quite,
I was
quite frankly.
honestly. And I hope
She's
this
flustered.
isn't like ramist, but I was disgusted. I was absolutely repulsed.
You've
The
just
CNN
alienated
article. Yeah, all of our
Ram listeners.
sheep everywhere. Boycott podcast.
That's the name of this podcast.
Yeah, that's really good.
Sheep everywhere boycott this podcast.
Yeah, he was gross, dude. He was weird looking. I didn't like how he wasn't wearing pants.
Anyway.
I get that a ram wouldn't wear pants. But like, you know those memes that went around Twitter where
Have
it's like, if a
some humility.
dog could wear pants, how would a dog wear pants? This ram is has a human body.
And
Put
presumably a
some pants
human
on.
penis.
Yeah, dude. Okay, weird movie. Listen to the last podcast.
This week we watched, was it my movie?
I think it was.
ATM. Released in 2012, the year that the world ended.
Yeah. We're all just recovering.
Budget of $3 million. Box
I mean,
office.
Are you
it makes
serious?
sense. It makes sense.
$3 million is not a lot to make.
No.
a movie.
I
no
guess,
money.
I guess, yeah.
There's one
I'm just
set
so
piece.
poor.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of making this movie, perhaps you should have given it to me. Box office of $1 million.
All right. They didn't make any fucking money at all.
No, they actually lost
Not surprised.
A significant amount of money.
Yeah. I've got some, per usual, some background information to get out of the way.
Alrighty.
And I'll preface it with, since there wasn't much background info on this, I would instead like to share some fun trivia with the movie about you.
Okay.
Are you going to do the thing you did last time we did trivia, where you put in trivia questions from other movies?
No, this is about this movie.
Okay. I don't believe
Trivia number 1. The killer is wearing exactly the same outfit as the killer from Urban Legend, 1998. Anybody seen that movie?
Send us an email if you've seen that movie.
Trivia number 2. An ATM vestibule was built for this film.
No fucking way. Yeah, I was thinking about
What?
that. There's no chance that those 8 fucking vestibules exist in real life.
I've never seen one.
Unbelievable.
And-
oh my god! So they had to invent a structure for
Yes.
the.
Yeah, and
So
I was
dumb.
around in 2012, so I didn't see any of those.
Yeah, the Olympics were that year.
Yeah. Trivia number 3. The map above the killer's desk at the end of the movie is Rockford, Illinois. So there's that.
That's random.
Wait, is that the? No.
I said fun trivia, guys. Come on. Let's get the enthusiasm.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
Next.
It was mostly shot in sequence.
Oh, kind of like
Really?
that. Kind of like All Quiet on the Western Front.
Is that
No.
not common in a movie?
No, usually it's filmed out of order.
Oh, you
'Cause
mean
you
like
do
it
the-
wasn't one continuous shot? Because
No, no.
There were breaks.
They shot it in sequence. So most movies they'll film like the big set pieces and the harder stuff first, and then it trickles off and you'll do like, okay, well, we did that scene, so it's going to be the same setup as that, but this takes place before that, so we're going to film that next. They shot the whole thing
Huh.
Okay.
as you saw it. Like,
I'm so glad we have you.
scene to scene. It's
Since
great.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
we can't
We
really.
just be in here like
yeah.
movies.
And the final piece of trivia is that it was shot in Canada in just 20 days.
Yeah.
In 20 days.
Makes sense.
I mean, all they had to
It was one
do was
location.
fucking film goats.
Yeah.
Right
no.
Wrong movie.
We're talking about ATM. The
that
we watched
movie.
this week.
Oh my god.
Not your Stanley Cup. You worked so hard for that in your
My
pocket.
gifted
NHL
Stanley Cup. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that
Hard
movie was
manual
filmed
labor.
in the Netherlands over an unspecified period of time.
Okay,
Yeah, there was.
sorry.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Also, there were no
I'm still
sheep in that movie.
traumatized. Still traumatized.
There were sheep in that movie.
No, there were no sheep in the ATM movie.
No, there were no sheep in this. I
If
looked
anybody
hard.
was curious,
I looked hard for it. That's all.
trying to
The,
find one.
that's all the background info I had.
man,
Exciting stuff. I know.
that's it.
Yeah.
What did they like bury this movie? They bury the lead to this one.
I guess the only other thing is that one of the producers for this helped make the movie. I think it was called Buried, something like that, where the guy got buried in a coffin alive.
That's where
I
they
think-
should have kept.
This
This.
guy's career.
Sorry,
I think Ryan Reynolds was in it. Maybe.
Ryan Reynolds was he in the Midnight Meat Train?
No.
Who was that guy? Oh, they're all the
The
same
Raccoon
guy.
Man.
Yeah, weird choice.
Yes.
Burial.
But Josh Peck is in this.
Yeah, Josh Peck.
you
Really
will
bad
see.
timing too.
I was gonna say who there's been some.
I was seeing that. I'm not at all familiar with what you guys were talking about in the group chat the other day.
You don't know anything about what's happening with Nickelodeon right now?
Yeah,
Didn't
Dan
watch
Snyder
documentary.
is.
Dan
I knew
Snyder.
Dan Schneider was a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
everybody's
talented.
known that for forever.
Yeah.
What was the story, Chris?
So
Let's get on to a
this
less somber
story,
topic.
yeah, this story is about stockbrokers that are held accountable.
Damn, that was your best one. That was your best one yet. That was fucking good.
He's trying today.
Yeah, dude, that was
Came
good.
in with my thinking cap.
These stockbrokers did get held accountable
They did.
I had a late weekend.
By that guy.
by that guy. Do we know
Yeah.
anything about him?
He's a planner, though. Initial reviews. Let's get into that. Who liked it? Show of hands. Everybody put their hand up.
Liked might be a strong
Everybody put their hand
word.
up. They all liked it, guys.
I'll
Okay, you'll do kind of like
I'll do a half.
She gave like
yeah.
a chicken wing. She's
Yeah.
like a chicken wing going on. Yeah. So Riley half liked it.
Yeah.
Why'd you like it?
Well, I half liked it because
Oh, sorry. Why'd you half like it?
the acting was horrible.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
it wasn't
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
but
Especially from that
Josh,
killer.
is that his name?
Josh Peck?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like he kind of dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
But I felt like there was enough happening where I was semi still engaged. I don't remember. I feel indifferent about this movie.
Yeah.
This has I don't hate it or despise it, but I will probably never watch it again.
Yes.
I'm in a similar boat where it's like I really don't care about this movie at all. Because it wasn't like, to me, I know Jack feels differently, but to me, it wasn't necessarily offensive in its laziness. It was just lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
Are you in the same
Spot on.
boat, Chris?
Thank you.
I think so. I might feel a little bit stronger about my dislike of the movie,
that's fair.
but I don't know. Like it just happened.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Things just happened. That's
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah,
Things
I-
just happened.
Hated it with every fiber of my being. I mean, you guys saw me in the pod group chat. I guess it's just our regular group chat.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. I called it the pod chat.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's just us in it.
That's true. One lion. But
Two mice.
I mean, you guys. Two mice. A bucket of cream. Jesus Christ. Okay, starting over. Yeah, this movie sucked. It was bad. It wasn't good. I found it egregiously lazy. Like where Pierce was like, it was lazy. I cannot imagine.
You felt disrespected by this movie.
I felt disrespected by this movie. I thought that this movie
Personally
looked me in
slighted.
my eyes and said, "You dumb piece of shit. Here's a stupid movie that your little brain can enjoy." And I was like, "I'm smarter than this."
So what he's saying
No,
is
it's not-
he's smarter and better.
yeah, I'm smarter than and better than people who like this movie.
Yeah.
Cut that and put it at the Yeah, I thought, like, I don't know. I have never made a movie, right?
Okay.
But I would have to imagine
But you've
that if
watched
your
a
profession
bunch.
is making movies, when you embark on the journey of making a movie
This is
and
getting
you get
light.
to the end of the process and you watch the movie, then you, being somebody who works in the field, should have the taste and the skill to go, this is a bad fucking movie.
Preach.
And then bury it. Bury it deep inside of your previous good movie and never talk about it ever again.
Yeah.
That's what should have happened here. Somebody failed at Sony quality control.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got to say.
So what you're saying is you didn't like it.
Oh my God, I hated it.
I
Did
see.
I say that? Did I not say that?
No, I think you did. I think you got the point across. Anybody bringing a Letterboxd review for a famous segment that nobody
No, 'cause
prepares
I'm a
for?
rookie on this
Every
podcast.
single time. I'll go first. Review by Jet the Bond, 1 star. A terrible movie, ATM. That is all.
Oh man.
That's what he gave it. Which I agree. You won't have a hard time finding a funny one.
I'm going to do this one from Audrey just to offset my earlier comments. 3 stars, so fucking good.
See, I think this has almost the qualities of a so bad it's good.
No, it doesn't.
It's-
It doesn't at all. It has the qualities of a movie you could like if you were 13.
But people
Yeah.
people watch this movie for how bad it is and enjoy it for how dumb it is, which is the mark of a so bad it's good. I don't think it's quite there because people are still like, no, this is just bad. But I think it's so close to so bad it's good.
That's fair.
Maybe if it was more interesting
Yeah.
maybe
because
it
it's
was more
so
interesting.
boring.
I have this one from Jessica, 1.5 stars. Somewhere out there, someone who claims this as their favorite movie. A moment of silence, please.
Yeah, we'll take one right here.
There are those people. Oh, sorry.
Can you play like some funeral procession music? We are so sorry. We are sorry that you like this film.
That was really good. It feels like it's a fresh podcast. It's a brand new podcast right
Welcome back.
now. Riley, what's your Letterboxd review?
I don't even. This I'm gonna. This is gonna jump into spoilers. Can I say spoilers?
He's been doing that lately. Hold on. What is this? He's doing that earlier too. What is this?
It's a new thing I'm trying out.
I don't hate it.
Okay.
I don't hate it actually. It's a little patronizing, but I
It's
don't.
a lot patronizing. I do not like this. I don't like it. I'm giving a spoiler. 1 star by Ashley with 2 E's. Why didn't they just jump the man who was trying to kill them the way they jumped
it's
the
a really
innocent
good
one?
We talked about that earlier. Jack and I,
That's a
when you got
really
here.
good point.
Yeah, they could have. They were very capable.
So
of doing
capable
so.
of doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. What was the average score in this movie? Like, what was it? It's
On Letterboxd?
yeah,
Not good. 2.2.
2.2. All right.
Yeah. Fitting.
1.5 stars is the average rating. What? Sorry, I was looking at your rating.
Classic. That's not even what it was.
I saw a picture.
What do you say?
sorry.
Do you just want to get into the
Yeah, I guess we just get into it, right?
spoiler talk?
Do we have any other? Yeah, no. I think let's just get into it.
I have nothing, and I have very few notes.
Yeah, here's my first question. How'd they get there?
They drove.
I forgot. I don't understand why they ended up in an ATM.
Because okay, let me break it down for you.
Yep. Go ahead.
One guy's really bad at his job.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Another guy is a big dickhead. They go to a party. A guy likes a girl. Girl
Okay.
leaves. Guy says, "I stole this hat for you. Is
Okay.
this your hat that I stole?"
And
And
she
she
goes,
goes,
"No."
"No, you've stolen that hat."
And he goes, what?
Yeah. And then he says, "Well, let me drive you home so you don't have to hail a cab in Rockford, Illinois."
Okay, but they were in I guess, presumably they were.
Why else would he have a map of Rockford, Illinois?
I don't know.
And
He's a
then
planner.
he says, "I'll drive you home." She says, "Okay." And then his friend shows up, who's the worst. And
Josh
The
Peck.
absolute worst.
kind of Josh Peck, kind of a big baby in this. In the
Very,
backseat, he's like,
very big
"But I want pizza."
Yeah.
Well, I skipped this part of the movie. I do not remember.
He's like,
it.
"Stop and give me pizza."
I wanted him to. I was
like, "Shut
hoping
up."
he died by the time he was at the party.
He did.
And he was like, "So you're just gonna make me walk? Yes, bitch, walk. Be a good friend. Let your man go get some puss, and let's be on our way."
Yeah, he was third wheeling, and then he was like, "I want
Yeah.
pizza," and so they were like,
He
"Fine,
couldn't even afford a cab.
Well, yeah, we'll get you pizza."
broke.
And he's like,
you
"I don't
work
have."
at a bank, dude.
He's like, "I don't have any cash." So he's like, "Well, no pizza for you."
It's 2012, though. The credit card system is in full swing, right?
Yes, but
Also, you can use your debit card at most
but these people are
places.
bad at money,
Yeah.
right,
You've
because we
seen that
cold
already.
opened on that guy losing half of somebody's 401k.
bad at his job. So then they stop at the ATM, the ATM vestibule,
Don't
the only
exist.
one
They do not exist
in the world.
and you said this earlier, but I think it's important to call out that they built for the film
because one doesn't exist.
because there are no ATM vestibules.
Yeah, which is like a little house.
And if
it's
there
like a
are,
little greenhouse with ATMs
Send
in
us an email with a picture of a ATM vestibule.
it, with you in it. Prove it. Punch in your pin. your
yeah,
pin code.
include your banking information.
We'd love it. And then they're like, "Hey, I didn't want to wait in the car. I'm so scared, so I came in, but your car won't lock. And now there's a serial killer here."
Okay, got it.
They were like, "Look at that
Literally
man."
just stands there.
Yeah, it's like that SpongeBob episode. He's just standing there menacingly.
Yeah, and then the remainder of the movie, because I picked up there, is just fucking nothing at all. Just like them trying to get out of a box.
Yeah,
And
which is-
also, the whole time, having every opportunity to do so.
yeah, yeah. Jack and I were talking earlier about how they clearly could outrun this guy
Yes.
because he wasn't fast.
He wasn't fast. And also, David, the main character, not Josh Peck, single-handedly fought the guy off in the parking lot.
And then they killed that other guy.
Yeah.
they killed the fuck out of that other guy, dude.
Yeah, there's another guy who came in to use the ATM and they killed him.
Yeah. And
because he was
He was
just like the
conveniently,
suit.
yeah, dressed
conveniently
just
the
like
same
the
size.
dude.
I was telling Pierce I have a funny to me segment of notes on my phone where it was like, "I'll bet you this is a different guy," and then I said, "I will bet $100," and I said, "Fuck yeah, I knew I was right."
So you gave yourself $100.
I did,
Yeah.
yeah.
My first note was they want this to be a new Saw so bad. They want this to be the new Saw franchise. That's what they were going for, I think. Because that has a similar vibe. People trapped in a room, there's a killer, they have to figure out how to get out.
Yes, and I maintain, at least in the Saw movies, they don't have any other recourse.
Yeah.
Like that's what
They
makes
can't
a
just
Saw
run
movie
away.
good, right? Is like you're trapped, something terrible's happening, you don't know why it's happening to you. That's another thing in Saw. Aren't they? Isn't like something revealed about the character?
Yeah,
it's
everybody's
like you're here
punishment.
because you were a banker and you lost somebody's 401k.
Everybody's punishment has to do with
Yes.
how they've lived a bad life.
I'm guessing Saul is very gory.
Yes. It's the
Extremely.
whole point.
Probably
of
why
it.
I've never watched it.
And I was really hoping that's where
We
this
might
would
pick
go.
one day.
I was like, that's not. Maybe I will.
Some of them are bad, probably. I was hoping that's where this would go, where he was going to be like, "I'll let you out of here, but you have to do a thing. You have to do this."
Yeah, like
And
you've
it's-
got to, I don't know, atone with the man that you.
Yeah, you got to be like a fish in a fishbowl. I'm going to
Yeah.
fill it up with water.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
And then you have to
My
smack
next
your girlfriend.
my next immediate note was I could not care less about this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was a hard movie to care about. And we talk a lot about world building on here.
Talk about none.
Talk
Yeah.
about none.
But it was Rockford, Illinois, so
Not a whole lot of world
That's
to
the
build
world.
out there.
No.
Yeah. Sorry to our Rockford, Illinois listeners.
yeah, you guys suck.
It's cold.
Pierce.
No, you guys are great. Salt of the earth.
But yeah, I mean, there just wasn't. I mean, we got weirdly enough, I feel like we almost got too much backstory about these characters. Mm-hmm. There was too much introduction to this movie.
You think it would have been more interesting to just cold open on them at the ATM?
Because somehow, despite the introduction of the movie and the backstory they set up through a couple of parties, all these characters were just like shells of people. There was nothing there.
Maybe
at
that's what they're saying.
all. Oh.
Do not give this movie that credit.
It's a good movie, actually.
Yeah, I've been convinced.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just nothing here. It's like, okay, why is this happening to them? Like, what's this guy's deal? Let's talk about the villain. Oh, no, we don't get anything there. Everybody dies. We don't get anything there. Oh, good, the movie's over.
Yeah. And he's in his little
vestibule.
He's in his little garage. He's making plans. He's drawing lines and he's
Yeah,
writing
what is that?
camera.
I didn't get.
He
any of that.
planned
He's
it
a
out.
planner.
He planned it
He's
all
a mastermind.
out. That's why when they reviewed the footage, he wasn't in it. So they were like, the guy that was in the vestibule did
He
it.
must
Oh,
have
that's
done
why
it.
it said like
happened.
malfunctioning camera and
No, because he didn't go. He never got.
It's
in
actually
camera
completely
view.
unclear why the camera malfunctioned. Maybe
he
because he
kicked it
hit it
too
a bunch,
much.
but there were 2 cameras in there.
One was out of order.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was. That's what I saw. Okay.
Well, they fucking
think-
got me there, dude.
So to skip forward to the end a little bit, let's be serious now. Just kidding. The police show up after 2 people have died. They're like, let's take this guy into custody. Something weird has happened here. They check the footage and they see just some real weird footage of them doing weird things.
They're not
and
just
then-
checking the footage. I think that it's important to frame this as the movie giving you a 10-minute montage of all the things that you probably miss in the movie.
Yeah, because you weren't paying attention.
Look here, look, but wouldn't this? Doesn't he look like he's killing?
Yeah, they're setting it up to make it look like one of the characters has killed the other 2 characters based on what the footage of the ATM is. And then the implication by showing the serial killer planning out his next victim and marking out where cameras are is that he never stepped foot into the range of sight of the cameras because his plan all along was to make it look like this guy has killed his friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I actually don't know if that's the case. I think that this was a fluke accident. Like he meant to stay outside of the camera range, but there is that very specific shot when they light the bucket of trash on fire, turn the sprinkler on, and then the heat.
Then the posters were back on the wall after that.
Oh, were they really?
Magic posters.
Nice.
But it cuts to him, and he's like, "Yeah, now's my chance. I'm gonna go kill that guy." And then it's like, "Wee woo, wee woo," and literally just a quick shot of his eyes going, "Oh," and then he runs away.
Yeah.
So I thought that it wasn't a fluke.
He just got lucky.
It was a fluke. He got lucky, and somehow they just happened to frame this guy.
Right.
Like he didn't plan this framing to happen. It just happened.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure on what his plan to kill them was other than the water, other than flooding it. But, like, you're not going to flood that whole thing.
No.
Right? No. Especially after you crash a car into its door and somebody pries the door open and then nobody thinks to pry the door open to let the water out. How airtight is this thing?
Yeah, why couldn't they just open the door a little bit?
Was actually that it was just cold as fuck outside, so
That was the
wasn't
other
that-
thing.
Yeah,
Was
He was
they
trying to make
said
them
we
freeze
can't stay
fast.
here all night because we will freeze to death. And then they spend upwards of
all
6
night.
hours there and do not freeze to death at one time.
No, they're totally fine the entire time.
If it were me, and I'm just saying, maybe I'm built different, but I would have simply just stayed there and gone, well, he clearly isn't going to come inside. So why don't we just stay here until the morning?
Yeah.
Let's huddle up for warmth.
Yeah.
Which they didn't do one time.
Also,
No.
you had
Are built different.
Well,
so
you had a trash can with fire.
that's another thing.
They could have saved themselves immediately by triggering the sprinklers.
Did he have a Molotov cocktail at one point?
He did have a Molotov cocktail. It's unclear how he made it because everything in there was soaking wet at that point.
Where did he get the alcohol?
Josh Peck brought a bottle of what appeared to be champagne in, but I guess it was highly flammable alcohol.
Yeah.
Highly flammable.
I don't know. That looked like a liquor bottle.
Yeah.
Well, he's a crazy guy.
He's a crazy guy.
He's a crazy guy who just wants pizza.
I don't know. I feel like it's easy to okay. So let's try and go through this piece by piece.
Okay.
Let's talk about the villain.
Okay.
The main villain of this. What did you guys think about this villain? Was he the best villain you've ever seen?
He's a lazy fuck.
Yeah, walk in there.
Do you think that he was
Try the
supposed to
door.
trip in that one scene, or do you think it just happened and they're like, keep it?
Which scene?
Where I think it was the main dude. He had went out he was running back.
I think he went out to his car, right?
Yeah, he was
do something?
Or they were running back, and then he was coming from around
To
the
get the
side,
phone.
and he tripped.
Oh, do you think they asked him to do that?
Yeah, or
on
do you think
set?
it just happened on accident, and they're like, keep it?
I think this was that serial killer's first time.
Yeah.
Being a silly killer.
And it's emboldened him because he thinks he got away with something slick, but he got extraordinarily lucky because he found the 3 dumbest humans in the world.
on the face of the earth.
So now his next job, where he's planning at the I think it was a strip mall, and he wrote camera on it, he's gonna get shot by a guy. What does he do if one of those people has a gun?
He dies. He loses.
Yeah,
And
but he
it's-
planned it.
Oh, he did. It's also
He's a planner.
It's
He
unclear
knew.
with this guy of if he's the
What's his motivations?
single strongest person in the world or just a regular guy because he does beat a man to death.
I was
in the
gonna say,
parking lot.
if it was planned, was that? I doubt that
Those
that
were
man
plants.
was a part of the plan.
Those were plants. Yeah, he put them there.
He knew that dude walked.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like he didn't know that guy was going to be there, but he just walked over and he killed him with his bare hands.
Yeah.
With his bare hands. And then when
Well, that's how he
David
killed
ran
him. He had
outside,
bare hands.
David's wrestling with him, and he's like, "Oh man, this is really hard."
yeah.
I'd say he's probably just a normal guy.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and this kind of brings us to the thing. Your Letterboxd review is why didn't they just jump the serial killer?
Like they jumped that guy.
He didn't have a knife.
What did he have?
He didn't have a
Like a
gun.
crowbar.
He had a screwdriver and a crowbar. Both things he pulled out of the guy's car.
Yeah.
So he came to his serial killing unprepared.
with no plan.
With no plan.
Nothing but fear.
He went through that entire process and he never asked himself, what am I going to use?
He probably forgot it at home
think
because he's
so?
a big idiot.
Oh, because it's his first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, I forgot
He's
the
actually
knife.
so
Yeah.
much a planner. He wanted to see how well he could improvise.
Oh, he was
his
challenging
surroundings.
himself.
Yeah.
No, I
It's a
think
game to
I
him.
think he forgot it at home. He got all the way there and he was standing there menacingly. And what you don't see is he's actually reaching in his pockets. He's being like, shit, fuck,
Shit, where's my knife?
I forgot the knife. God damn it. I hope they have a crowbar in their car.
Oh, good.
Why do you got a crowbar in your car?
Oh, man. Yeah, they could have just jumped him. They could have jumped him the whole time. They managed to kill a man
Yeah.
in the ATM vestibule.
Do that.
Of the exact same size, build, outfit,
Essentially the same
the
man.
same guy they killed in there.
Just do that.
Just do that.
Again, you've already done it once.
Use that bottle in your pocket.
Yeah, use the
Break
bottle.
that bottle and cut him
Yeah.
with it.
You would think after killing the first man, they would have some confidence in their ability.
Be like,
Well, look, we killed this
shit's
guy.
Easy.
We killed this guy. Let's just kill that guy
Yeah,
too. Get out of
dude.
here. Get some
There's
pizza. And we'll be on
three
our
of
way.
us. Let's kill that guy.
Yeah. What's he gonna do?
Oh
Trip
my
and fall down, and we'll
God.
jeer at him?
Let's be honest, too. I don't think she was a little out of it at that point. I don't think she would have
Well, she just saw
been able to help.
Yeah,
three men die.
That's true. That's a good point.
That is
But what's
true.
for?
Okay, so I think we're settling on this is the worst villain ever written for a horror movie.
Absolutely.
No,
What?
Really? Name a worse horror movie villain.
that lady from Inseminoid was pretty bad.
She wasn't a villain.
Touche. She was more of a victim, but she
Yeah,
became
true,
a villain.
true,
Yeah.
true.
Sorry, the Inseminoids were pretty bad.
Yeah,
I
that
think-
Insimulators was pretty bad.
It's just the most generic villain.
Okay, so it's the laziest villain.
Yeah. Would you like to hear my thoughts on it?
Sure.
I wrote, okay, look, what does this movie have going for it? The relationships aren't interesting. The killer isn't interesting. The characters aren't interesting. The location isn't interesting. The plot isn't interesting. The writing isn't interesting. So who cares?
Yeah.
Not me.
I actually care a lot because I think that like doing something so boring intentionally, it should be a crime.
I don't think it was intentional.
Yeah, I mean, but
I think it was lazy.
Still, man. I mean,
I think
that's
nobody
fucked up.
who was a part of this movie had any passion for it whatsoever. I think probably what happened is since one of these guys made a good, one location kind of thriller horror
bottle
movie
episode.
Yeah, they said, "Hey, why don't you do one of those again? We'll give you $3 million to do it." And he said, "Okay,
keep me busy for a couple months."
Yeah, and then they just made it, and I think it was probably like, what's the easiest, laziest way to make this movie, and maybe some people will see it and will make some money back. And it was shoot it in sequence, do it in 20 days, and then never think about it again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just bad.
Very bad.
Yeah.
This is one of those things, like sometimes we end up in this trap of like bad horror movies where there
This
just
podcast.
isn't anything to say about the movie.
Well, it's been a while since
Yeah.
we've seen a boring one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We've avoided the boring ones for the most part. Where the earlier episodes, we had a lot of boring ones, and we were like, "What do we say about this? It was boring."
Yeah.
And this is a callback to the early episodes where,
There just isn't anything.
We
to say
watched
about
2
it.
Ouija movies in a row and they both sucked.
yeah, they were both boring.
Yeah.
This is in the same vein of those, I think, where it's just not much to say about it. It's boring.
It doesn't make any sense. Like
No, there's lots of plot holes.
it doesn't I don't think it makes sense in like I guess like this world is just the regular 2012 world.
In
But it doesn't
Rockford,
really
Illinois.
make any sense in like the movie world, and it doesn't make sense realistically. And it's also just not fun to watch. Like I think I don't know, some bad movies redeem themselves because they know one that they're not a good movie, and so they can redeem it by being funny.
They can lean into it.
They can lean into the
badness.
bad movie, not take themselves as seriously. Maybe you redeem yourself by having a genuinely interesting like plot hook in it, or like some concept that keeps people coming back. Like this movie had nothing. It was and maybe it wasn't a serious attempt, right? It was a lazy attempt for sure. But at the very least, it was a genuine attempt at a horror movie, like within the boundaries of the genre. 100%, they were not straying from it, and it fell so flat that it's almost impossible to like what do you do with that kind of movie?
Yeah, I think this movie's just it's a sad little gray square.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
That's what it is.
It's
It's a sad little gray square in a sad little gray room. And you walk in and you go, "This is a bad place. I don't like
Yeah,
this place."
it's a stain on art.
No, it's not a stain. It's nothing. It's
Oh.
a gray. It's
It
a
doesn't
gray.
even get lumped in.
It's a gray square in a gray room.
Okay.
It's literally
It's a
transparent.
big old nothing burger.
Yes, my favorite kind. I don't know. We're flying through this. I mean,
I don't know if there's anything crazy
Yeah.
about this because the whole thing
Yeah.
happens in an ATM.
and it's only the movie is an hour 30, but it's 10 minutes of credits at the end, so it's an hour 20.
Yeah.
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 So that's a short movie.
Yeah, it was short because, I mean, I gave up on this
Thank
movie
God.
on Monday when I was watching it. And then Riley was like, "Hey, can we move the pod?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck. Okay, thank God. I get to watch it tomorrow." Because I had every intention of coming in here and being like, I didn't finish the movie. I got to 30 minutes and I stopped watching it.
Yeah, I had to take a break in the middle. One of like my last note before I quit was I'm questioning whether or not I should even finish this movie, and then I stopped for about an hour and a half, and then I came back and wrote my note about
Yeah.
there's nothing interesting about this.
Are you in? Is
My-
this movie's so boring that Riley's is browsing TikTok.
No, I'm not browsing TikTok. I was actually looking for our next movie because I don't have one.
My next note, we're getting there eventually.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, an alarm of mine went off. That's what happened. That's what you heard. I'm so
Gotcha.
sorry.
It wasn't
Okay.
TikTok.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't TikTok. It's
No.
been banned anyway. So, I wrote how much water does this sprinkler have in it?
Yeah, a lot. This is kind of weird. I don't know how much water sprinklers have in them regularly, actually.
Can't be that much. Where are they going to store all that water?
Don't they hook up to the water main in the house?
Beats me. That was a vestibule.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did that vestibule have running water?
Because
In case a fire started.
Because
in
what
the
if this movie
ATMs?
happens?
Oh.
That's why. Because what if this movie happens and they
Yeah.
need a thing to finish it? I mean, my final note was like, I like that they were put in the idea of, well, this guy has done his homework and this killer has researched this area and figured out where he can be and where he can't be to stay out of the cameras. I was like, that's an interesting thing that they probably should have leaned more into and set up before the last flashback.
Yeah.
Because that'd be more... I mean, because then it sets up a whole different sets of stakes where now they can try to figure out where they can be and still be in the camera and try to solve.
Yeah, it gives them a puzzle.
Well,
sure,
that's a more interesting thing.
And I agree. I think what they probably should have just focused more on the killer himself, and because he had a lot of antics, like when he tied up the wire that
Just a
Josh
big
Peck
goof.
eventually ran into.
Yeah, he's just a goof.
And like, if they would have like had the explanation of, he planned this, like he's setting these traps to get you. He knew you were gonna run.
Yeah,
that would have been amazing. But he just pulled all this shit out of.
He got lucky.
The trunk that happened to have these things that he needed.
He got lucky.
The exact tools he needed. Right.
He got lucky.
Yep.
Or he's a genius.
And just happened to have a lawn chair for him to sit in to watch them.
Yeah, I mean,
and then somehow switch the body in the lawn chair.
In my mind,
It took him a long time to get that sprinkler going off.
That's
Yeah.
true. In my mind, this movie is far more interesting if it's his first time and he's getting really lucky. And he's like, holy shit.
But then make the movie from the perspective of the killer.
Well, that's a movie that's coming out.
It is, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch it.
I am as
think
well.
it'll be
Watch a
really
good movie? Imagine. Also, this is big news. We forgot to do this in our This is the News segment. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is getting a sequel.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
So
I
look
think
out
it's
for
in
that.
theaters. Is it in I wonder if it's in a theater near us.
Maybe.
I'll check later.
I mean, I'll drive to go see it.
yeah, I'd absolutely.
I'll drive upwards of 30
What if
hours
it's
to
at
go
a-
watch that movie.
Ye old theater that we go to.
Yes, that one movie theater that we love attending and seeing films at.
Yes,
Yeah.
the one that we go to sometimes.
Yes,
Right at
we've
the
been
ranch.
there. Yes. Good food at this theater.
Oh, it's not.
That doesn't surprise me. But I'm sure we'll get to watching that.
Yes.
This movie's so boring. We've talked.
yeah, we're done talking
We've
about it.
switched to talk about other movies that we want.
I don't
to
know.
see.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think just as the last thing, would you guys recommend this movie to somebody as a fun watch?
No.
Nope.
no.
If someone actually, probably the opposite. If someone told me that they were gonna watch this, I would
You'd say
go out of my
actively
way to
avoid it.
spoil it and just
Yeah.
listen. I'll save you the hour and a
trouble.
half. 3 idiots are in an ATM.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in the
hour.
very likely situation of being stuck on a deserted island with a DVD player and a TV, I would not watch this movie.
This wouldn't be one of them
In
that you
fact, I
took?
would burn the CD for warmth. And then I would stare at the static because it would be more
It'd
interesting.
be more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could at least imagine something.
I'd watch the little logo bounce around the screen and hope that it hit
Yeah.
the corner.
Yep. This is not a desert island movie.
No,
That's for sure.
Nobody's bringing this to their desert island.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, I feel like this movie is left off the same way Inseminoid did, where we get to the end of talking about it and we're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not fun. So, what do you say?
I actually feel the same way that I felt at the end of watching the movies. Oh, thank God it's
Oh,
over.
thank God I'm done with this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank-
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this single moment.
Yes. Well, what do you say we stop talking about it and instead we rank it?
Thank God.
Yeah.
Want to rank it?
Ranking.
Ooh.
Okay. This list that we rank all these movies on, it's a big list. It's a great list. It's a fantastic list that you can check out in the description below if you want to see the whole list. But it's in reverse order. So the higher a movie is, the better. The worse it is. No. The higher a movie is, the worse it is. The better it is, the lower it is on the list because we're ranking the worst movies.
Yeah.
Jack, what did you...
Starting off with production.
Yeah, we've got our
usual.
rubric. It's got five categories. First one's production. Jack, what'd you give it on production?
This is going to get a 2 from me.
Okay.
A 2. I mean, I think it wouldn't be fair of me to rank it 0 or 1 because at the end of the day, it looked like a movie, right?
It kind of looked more like a TV show.
A little bit, but at the very least, it was professionally done. Like, it didn't look egregiously bad. But, and I've said this in the other podcast.
You're in another podcast?
Oh no! I was. It's my other identical podcast.
What the hell?
And another one of our podcasts is that if your
This is the only
movie
podcast.
requires your characters to make completely like illogical decisions that like have no bearing in their actual circumstances, just to drive the plot forward, you wrote a bad movie. It's a bad movie.
Yes.
And this movie, I think, is like a perfect example of that. So it's a 2.
I gave it a 3. I'm not really sure why, but just because it looked okay and it was, I don't know, the plot was bad, the writing was bad, storyline dumb. So a 3. I mean, there's a few redeeming things, especially at the end, but 3.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 as well. I actually originally had it out of 4, and then I remembered the like plot and story of.
Then I remembered the whole thing.
Yeah,
and
then I
was
remember
like,
that is also factored in this category.
Yeah. It's not just how it looks,
Yeah.
it's how it is.
So yeah, definitely had to take a hit from that. I mean, I think some of the scenes with the shadows and like hiding the killer were well done. I kind of see what they were going for that, but yeah, like Jack said, when your characters have to be fucking idiots
To make the plot go
Yeah.
along. Yeah.
to make the movie hit its length requirement.
Yeah,
probably
seriously.
not
Like
good.
if you gotta, it felt like they were pushing for time.
And it barely made it. Riley, production.
2.
Nice. Any reason?
Acting sucked. The
Yeah.
acting was just shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't very good, dude. It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It was grating.
There's. I really can't. You guys said everything. It's a 2.
Oh, I forgot. One of my notes was I don't remember this episode of Drake and Josh.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. Also, Drake looks a lot different in this one.
He looks like a blonde guy now.
Yeah.
Entertainment value, Jack. What did you give it?
1. Can we do goose eggs?
If
in
you
this?
want.
I'm not going to do goose
You
egg.
can do anything you want.
Like, I think I got
is
at
our
least
world.
some endorphins out of this movie by hating it so much.
That's true.
But otherwise, like, I would never watch this again. I wouldn't watch it if somebody would offer me, $1,000. I'd watch the movie.
For $1,000.
For $1,000, I'd watch the movie.
Okay.
But for $500, I'd watch the movie.
Okay.
$10, wouldn't do it.
For $10?
Yeah, wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. I wouldn't watch this movie for $10.
About $60.
I'd watch the movie.
10. Okay.
Yeah, but
I
like,
wouldn't even watch the
I
movie
just
for
didn't have
$10.
fun watching it. I barely finished it.
So
It wasn't good.
you'd watch it for $1 an hour, essentially. It's 120 minutes.
You mean I'd watch it for $1 a minute?
Yes.
I'd watch it for $1 a minute.
Yeah.
Sure. But otherwise, one.
Okay. I'd watch it for minimum wage. Probably.
Like over that hour. So you'd watch it for $7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. So I gave it a 3.
Fair. All right. Sure.
I also gave it a 3.
Yes. Are you
Although-
copying me?
I guess so. But I don't think my 3's a little different because I don't think I would watch this for.
My 3's a little different.
Yeah.
How do you draw a 3? Backwards?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
makes
sharp
sense.
way you get at the top. No, but I don't think I'd watch this for minimum wage. I think
Okay.
I'd have to at least a reasonable wage.
Yeah.
A
It's like a
livable
livable wage. Yeah. You'd watch it
Yeah.
for a livable wage, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
$30,000. Take it or leave it. Riley? Entertainment value.
I'd probably give it a 2. I've literally not watched movies before on here.
Really? First one?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not finished, I guess I should say. I've not finished movies. This one I was in and out, but I basically finished it, so I have to give it at least a 2. But it gets nothing more than that because it was literally the bare fucking minimum.
Yeah.
Yes. Creativity. Jack?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to remind the viewers, the listeners,
viewers,
of
yes,
the
yes, yes.
criteria here because I think it will help justify my answer.
Yes.
1 theme, 2 predictability,
Predictability.
predictability, originality, depth, does it bring something new to the table?
Yeah.
This movie did none of those things. It gets a 1.
Me too. I was going to say the exact same thing. It met none of the criteria.
No, it really did not.
That's a 1 for me. Christopher?
Yeah. I
If you say 1, I swear to God.
no.
We're gonna get a fight.
I don't have it at a 1. I have it
at a 0.
No, it's at a 3 again.
Okay.
Wow. 3's across the board for you.
Yeah, so far. I think, I mean, although it's not a good idea, sticking somebody in an ATM booth.
A vestibule?
In a vestibule for an hour and a half. It is the first time I've seen that.
That's a good point.
I'll give some credit for originality.
For inventing
even if it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
It is an
their
original idea.
Sure.
So I'll give you some points there, especially when I'm reaching for anything
I think that's
can
fair
give.
because they had to build the vestibule.
Yeah.
the vegetable.
Yeah. So somebody on this team had to imagine an ATM vestibule. Vegetable.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I like that.
Yeah, not really any other points you can give it there.
That's fair. Riley?
Yeah.
I'm with you and Jack. A 1.
A 1?
One.
Yeah, that's
1.
fair.
That's
That
fair.
didn't meet any of the criteria. Again, this is a shitty movie.
Yeah. I don't blame it.
Scariness is the next topic. What do you give it, Jack?
I'm gonna give it a 2, just because at one point there was a loud noise and I went, whoa, and all right, 2.
Yeah.
But otherwise, nothing fucking happened. There's
No.
nothing to be scared about. In this movie.
Yeah, I gave it a 2 because there's nothing scary about a man standing there menacingly. There's a little bit about it that's a little scary because it's scary to stand menacingly, but not enough to. Because I knew it was a movie. I was like,
actually, I'm gonna revise mine. I'm gonna give it a 2 because of the only 2 scenes in this movie that were kind of scary. One, when the woman is in the car by herself and she's kind of like, I was like, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, nice.
You were uneasy.
And then just a big bang.
Yep.
And I went,
Big bang.
So that's
Yeah.
mine. And
Okay.
Pierce's.
Yeah. Well, it's mine as well.
Nah.
I was going to say mine too, but that's the score it got.
A 2-2.
Yeah.
Chris is wearing a 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude got his head slammed into concrete, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Kind of scary.
The only thing scarier than that is a bear.
It would be scary looking out from a vestibule at 1 a.m. or whenever the fuck it was.
Yeah, but I've never
Seeing
been in a
seeing a
vestibule.
man
Yeah.
standing.
I've never been in a
staring at you.
vestibule. So I don't know if it would be scary. Or if I'd be like, I'm in this vestibule.
Yeah, maybe not scary, but definitely uneasy. Like, hey, dude, what's your problem?
Or just standing
You know?
there menacingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riley? Scariness?
See, that's my thing is I was not scared. I was unsettled.
Okay.
Well, that counts into
That does count.
Immediately to the villain, I was like, oh, that's a little weird and unsettling. And then I immediately thought I could definitely take him.
Yeah.
And maybe the one other time I was on a borderline of scared was having that feeling of, oh my God, they just killed an innocent person. That's probably something
Okay.
not fun to live with. So I'm giving it a 1.
Okay. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Final category, the it factor. Jack, what are you giving it?
I think you'd be hard pressed to find anything you could even call it about this movie. 1.
That was a solid take. I'm giving it a 3.
That's incredible.
I mean, like I said earlier, I think there's potential for this to be like a so bad it's good movie to some people. I think my view on what's so bad it's good has changed over the course of this podcast because we've watched so many bad movies. But I can totally see somebody watching this and being like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen." I love it because it's so dumb. And there's a lot of Letterboxd reviews like that where they're like, "This is so dumb and so absurd that I love it." So I give it a 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right in the middle. This gets another 2 for me. I gave it a point for the terrible human interactions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
that's
bad. Riley?
Riley?
It factor?
I would say a 2. And this might sound weird, but you know how like Chris had what was it? Mark Wahlberg points.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I kind of
Josh Peck points?
Josh Peck points. That's fair.
That's literally it. A
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he's a guy.
Yeah.
And it really is only because Nickelodeon's really hot and popping right now. So he was front of my mind, which is I think kind of why I stay invested.
Hot topic. That's fair. Jack, what was your final score?
Well, before I read my final score, I think that this would be a good time for our disclaimer.
Our disclaimer that we're professional movie critics?
Yeah, because I think we're going in on this movie.
No, we're not
I give it a
professional.
1.4.
Okay.
This is probably my lowest ranked movie.
Gotcha.
I think. Oh, sorry.
Mine was a 2.6.
Okay.
No, 2.4.
2.4.
2.4. Final score for me.
Mine was a 2.6.
I was reading his mind.
Yeah, we've just been on the same page.
That's
the
true.
whole
We were
time.
close to the same page.
Yeah.
Riley, final score? Riley makes all this up as she goes.
I do 1.6.
Wow.
1.6.
What does that average out to, Chris? What's
That
our...
averages out to an even 2.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, that
Nice.
actually pretty impressive.
Making it the...
I didn't think that this would happen for a long time,
Oh, really?
but it is overtaken as the worst movie.
Oh, my
on the
God.
list.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
at
you
number
sucks.
1.
You ruined it. I was going to put it on like a foghorn.
Oh, sorry.
Burr, burr.
Yeah, it beat out Inseminoid by 0.375.
Wow.
Jesus.
And I mean, it makes sense to me. I'd rather watch Inseminoid.
I would too.
Yeah,
At least it like had...
At least it tried. At
least it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least they fucking had to make a big alien.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. This was bad
So
and boring
stupid.
and lazy.
yeah.
There it is. There's our
That's it.
ranking for it. A new number 1 spot.
Yeah.
The worst.
The worst. Here, you can put it in there.
Burr, burr.
Wah, wah.
I'll have to cut you out. Which means it's time for Riley.
What are we watching next?
Nice.
Indeed.
What are we watching next?
Is it just Riley left?
It is.
Is it?
Is it? I mean, I did one.
I
You
did one.
Mm-hmm. And you did. Was because Meat Train,
Yep, that was mine.
Chuds,
Yep.
ATM.
ATM.
Riley, you're
What
up.
about Lamb? Who's Lamb? You were
Lamb was mine.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Chud, Lamb, ATM.
Yeah. Midnight Meat Train was the last.
The
round.
last round.
Riley, we don't even have to spin our wheel
I'm
that we have.
I'm stuck between 2.
Okay.
First one is Cabin Fever from 2016,
Okay.
and the second one is called The Roommate. I don't remember what year though.
Which one looks funnier?
Yeah, which one do you think we'll be able to talk about?
Yeah.
Let's do The Roommate.
The Roommate.
All right.
Roommate.
It was like us.
Yeah, it was.
We were roommates.
This is a movie about that experience. Put your socks away. No.
Oh my God, they were roommates.
Oh my God, they were
Oh, it's
roommates.
PG-13.
They're gonna have a Mount Dern in there.
Oh, dude, Mount Dern.
Yeah.
You have to scale it to find your
you
socks.
do. Yeah, I gotta get it. We gotta go to breakfast.
Fuck.
Not until you scale Mount Dern.
Get to the front door. That's what we're watching next time. Easy decision for Riley.
It's a
Roommate.
PG-13 one too.
PG-13 came out in 2011.
Classic.
It has quite a few actress and actors that I recognize. Actually, a lot. Oh my gosh. Nina Dobrev is in this. Kat Graham. I don't know if you guys ever watched Vampire Diaries. Probably not.
Cat Williams.
Dude, he's crazy right now.
Cat Williams is in this movie. That's pretty funny.
Billy Zane. I don't know if you guys know
I've
this.
heard
I
of
love
Billy
Billie
Zane.
Eilish.
Billy Zane. He
Is he
played.
Australian? That sounds like an Australian guy.
So he played the
Billy Butcher. From
Mummy?
The Boys.
he was the Egyptian bald guy, the bad guy.
Oh, that's him. That's
Yes.
Billy Zane. The Pharaoh.
Yeah.
The Mummy.
Yeah.
Nice. Good
Cool.
movie. The Mummy's like, wait, which Mummy?
Like the original.
Okay, not the one with Tom Cruise.
No.
Okay.
No, the good one.
Yeah. The good ones, not the ones with fucking Tom Cruise. Sorry. We shouldn't say that because he's part of that religion.
The Scientologists.
Cult.
Don't call it a cult.
Sorry. Fuck.
What's their god called? The Scientologist.
Who
god.
knows? And who cares? Thanks for listening, everybody.
Damn.
know.
Oh my god, they're here.
Fuck. This has been Dookie Spookies.
This has been Dookie Spookies,
The
and
podcast.
boy, was it Dookie, and it was not very spooky.
No, it's that's
Yeah.
pretty
Emphasis on the
common here.
Dookie.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's the
This
tagline.
episode.
Emphasis on the Dookie. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Dookie Pod.
With a Y.
Links are in the description below.
Maybe we'll post. Didn't last week.
No, we never will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send us an
Probably
email
won't next week either.
at dookiespookies@gmail.com.
With an IE.
No, that wasn't right. Sorry. I mess it up every time.
Oh.
Dookiespookies@gmail.com.
Ah, with an IE. Send us an email. Be
Doesn't
fun.
matter. Nobody emails us anyway. Subscribe if you enjoyed the show. We love you.
Please, please.
Like, comment,
Yeah.
whatever,
Leave a like.
whatever you want to do.
Leave a subsub.
Appreciate any and all effort.
Leave
Leave
a comment.
Venmo.
Dude, that'd be so
Don't
tight.
be cheap.
Pay us.
Yeah.
Pay us. We know at least 7 of you got here.
Yeah.
Probably not. They're all our family members.
Yeah, well, that's okay. We love our family.
What are we? No,
That's
we're not at
okay.
that point. I was going to be like, what do we call the Dookie Spooky subscribers?
Have we talked about this before, right?
No, I was going to go with turds.
What? No.
Stop kidding.
Thanks for listening, turds. That's what you are now. Just little turds.
Well,
Said with all the love.
oh yeah.
Turds with all the love.
Yeah.
Lovely turds.
My lovable turds.
Our lovely turds. Goodbye, our lovely turds. Thank you for listening to Dookie Spookies, the podcast where we watch bad screen movies and rank them.
So you don't have to.
Yes. Goodbye.
Time it with the one part.
I'm